Hey guys, um, guess it's been about exactly a week since I last uploaded. My week has gone pretty, it's been stressful, really. I have been missing a lot of school, because I think I talked to you guys before about how I was kind of skipping school a little bit and just not going to certain classes and things like that. I've had a hard time keeping on schedule and going to class when I'm supposed to, basically just because I haven't had any motivation. I mean, to be honest, I just haven't cared much lately. And I know all of it or a lot of it has to do with my eating disorder. Like, most of the time I'm choosing it now over other things, and you can't do both. If you're going to be in recovery, you have to be in recovery. Like, yeah, there are bumps in the road, there are slip ups, but you can't practice your eating disorder and have a life in recovery at the same time. It just doesn't work. It's something they call the anorexic wish, is to be rid of all of the bad stuff that anorexia comes along with, but to be still thin, you know. And it doesn't really work out that way. And I realized that I have to make a choice. Am I going to try to move on and get my life together and get rid of this eating disorder, or is my ultimate goal going to be to you know keep getting thinner? It's a really difficult position, and there are reasons for why I want to keep it that would take forever to go into detail about. Those of you who suffer understand that it's not as easy as just making a choice. There are small choices that you make on a daily basis, yes, but having an eating disorder is not a choice. Um, Something else that I guess has been, I don't know, kind of bothering me a bit is the fact that I'm probably going back to treatment for a booster this month. Next week, actually. Yeah, next week. This all kind of cropped up on me today. I mean, I knew before that I was possibly going to do this, but I just talked to the clinical director and everyone of the facility today, and we have discussed, when I'm going to come back and stuff like that. And they said, based on my history and my clinical intake, that I'm going to need more than a week of getting back on track, that I need to stay at least for 2 weeks. So I'm going over my Thanksgiving break from school, and I'm probably only going to miss about 2 days of school, which is great, but I really, I don't know, I feel terrible about it. Like I shouldn't have to go back, or I don't know, my eating disorder is having all of these thoughts, like all of these plans of just not complying when I get there and stuff like that. Even though I know that's going to be quite the opposite of what it is that I'm trying to do. Some other stuff has come up too. I'm trying to move out of my grandparents' house. I was raised by my grandparents. I don't think I told you guys that, but they've had me since I was 2 years old. My parents just couldn't take care of me, partied too much. Um, but I'm trying to move out. I mean, I'm 22 years old. I've been in this room since I was 8. It's just really, I'm really yearning for independence, and I think that that would help me a lot in my recovery, is to be independent and to feel like I'm more responsible for myself. And just practice being an adult almost. I know I've done much better kind of with daily living type tasks whenever I've been away at a dorm, or even when I was in partial hospitalization programs, when I was in apartments. I feel like I did better just, you know, with the demands of life. Because it's motivating. I mean, you've got a reason to get up and do things and stuff like that. But, you know, being in your parents' home, you're a lot more dependent on them, and it just makes things so much harder to, you know, try and be independent. So, but there's a condition for me to move out. I've got to get well. My grandmother, my Nana, keeps talking about that, how I have to get well in order to move out. But she and my therapist have talked, and my therapist says, that's, asking a lot. That's asking too much. We don't know when that's going to happen. Um, and we don't know that she'll ever be completely well, which is the sucky truth, I guess. I mean, maybe there'll always be a dormant version of my eating disorder somewhere inside of me. Um, at least it is for my therapist. That's what she told me. So I don't know. It could be like that. But anyway, my point is that I just, I feel like I would do better if I were out. And I feel like the improvements would show after I get out. I hate to say that because you would think, oh, well, you have to improve first and then you're able to move out because that's the condition. But honestly, I just feel like this is kind of holding me back and keeping me from maturing and being responsible for and taking care of myself. So hopefully that's going to happen soon. And my sister, my younger half sister, is going to move in with me. So that would be great. I wouldn't be by myself. And I'm going to be right across the street. We own a campground and we have property, and it would be right across the street. I mean, it's not a big deal at all. It's kind of like playing house. Like playing with a dollhouse or something as a child. It's a stepping stone to actually moving out into a real house. So I'm just hoping that that can happen soon. And let's see, what else? Oh, I have applied to graduate school. I will be graduating this fall with my bachelor's in psychology. I'm interested in helping others in this situation, and in other hard situations and with life choices and things like that. And I'm planning on going to grad school next fall. I have applied at Mississippi College, which is where I was an undergraduate before I transferred to the University of Southern Miss. And I've also applied to the University of South Alabama, which I'm really hoping I get into because I kind of want to stay down here and, have my own place and stuff like that. So I'm getting really excited about that kind of thing, and that's kind of motivated me to be going back to class and stuff like that and getting work done. And right now I'm working on a whole lot of makeup work, but I'm going to get off here soon and, really hone in on some of it. And I'm also going to be having to work some while I'm in partial, and things are going to be due like the day after, a couple days after I get discharged. So I'm going to be doing a lot of work. But I'm really excited about it. I feel like that's going to help me move forward a lot too, knowing that I have to be well and that I have to be competent to do what it is that I want to do. And I would never do it if I was not, well, if I wasn't controlled, because I don't like hypocrisy, and I'm just not going to be a part of something that I don't like. So anyway, yeah, so there's some good stuff going on too, I guess. I just really don't want to go back to treatment. But I suppose I can handle 2 weeks, hoping that they don't say that I need to stay longer than that, because I'm not. But then they'll say, oh, well, you don't want to do whatever you can to get well, and, all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I guess that's all I have for you. If you have any questions or comments, just please let me know. Bye, guys.